All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are exploring just black and white era. We're doing Black Bolt, White Flare, Modern Specialty Release, and I think there's a lot of market discrepancies, and a lot of people are overlooking this set. And honestly, out of all the recent sets and developments that have been happening in the Pokemon TCG, this remains one of the biggest opportunities. Before we jump in, as always, make sure you guys are subscribing. We're almost at 4K. Like the video. Check out my eBay store. Second link down in the description below. It's going to redirect you to our store. We got a ton of awesome cards. We got singles. We got sealed product, whatever you guys need. We have a ton of really, really cool stuff. Everything ships out next day as well. Here's an example. If you want to buy this Pikachu card from us, you know exactly what you're receiving. Thank you guys for supporting. Let's hop on in. Let's discuss starting with the Genesect EX. Now, the fact remains that Black Bolt White Flare has not had any reprints. Okay. Overall, supply is pretty low. The allocation was split evenly because you got an even amount of Black Bolt and White Flare products. Black Bolt, I would say, overall is still the more premium, more expensive set, but you shouldn't be overlooking White Flare. We're going to be exploring both options, but special illustration rare, $40. I mean, if I have $40 in my mind, I think I can maybe get 3 packs from a trusted, authentic source that is selling, truly unweighed, untampered with packs. Now, if you ask yourself the question, hey, with 3 packs, can I hit an SIR? Answer to that's probably no. Like, these are not easy cards to pull. So I'm wondering, like, why are they dropping in price? Why are we down nearly 30% from a $70 card all the way down to the 40s? It almost presents a meaningful buy opportunity. Here's one that I discussed on my last video very briefly that we're going to explore more in this video. The Superior EX, I mean, fully evolved starter from Black and White, SIR, highest rarity, beautiful colors, really, really sick contrast between the green and the turquoise. I think this would pop in a slab, in a binder collection, and it's only $50. Past year, nothing really happening. Past 6 months, it has been trickling up. It went from 40 to 60, but now it's retraced back to 50. At $50, same thing. Maybe you could buy 4 packs, 4 packs if you're lucky. You're probably not going to hit an SIR. So it almost begs the question, like, should these prices be significantly higher than they are today? And I think the answer to that is yes. Another very, very good example that we can look at today is the Korean EX. I mean, SIR, one of the better ones, cooler illustration. It's in some kind of ice cave. Love it. Pops in person like crazy. These are the types of cards that on a PSA 10 or, CGC 10, Pristine, whatever, like they're going for multiple hundreds of dollars. Raw value sub 100. Prices are all over the place. Like 6 months, this one's up 20%. Over the past year, up 20%. But again, it's not as much as you would have anticipated, because one thing that I want you guys to focus on is the supply of sellers. Now, there's only 64 listings on all of TCG Player. Now you look at something like a popular illustration rares. On one of my other videos, we were looking at the Piplup from Phantasmal Flames. Illustration rares, obviously easier to hit than the SIR, but there was 500 sellers. So, there is nearly 10 times as many sellers on those types of cards as compared to these. And the lack of supply, the prices should be higher than where they are, because there's, again, not that much on the market. I mean, on all of TCG across the entire US, there's 64 listings of this card. Very easily buyouts could happen, which will push the prices higher. Obviously, you can't just market manipulate the price of a card by buying it out on one website. There's a ton of different websites that you could source these cards in person, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not like you single-handedly could adjust the price. The market price is decided by the people. And $70 feels cheap when I look at a illustration like the crocodile over here. I mean, $50 for an IR, way easier to pull. And this one has seen insane price movement. How are illustration rares moving at a rate of 80% year over year, 6 month, 60%? But then you have an SIR, which is significantly harder to pull, more iconic Pokemon, barely doing anything. The SIRs right now, I guess my thesis here, and I guess the conclusion that I have come to is SIRs of Black Bolt are extremely undervalued in this market. These prices don't make sense. The fact is that illustration rares are growing at a faster rate, and they are almost at the same price of SIRs, even though the SIRs are significantly harder to pull. And it seems like the entire market is not valuing them because they're all cheap. Well, maybe that needs to change. I've been exploring building meaningful positions in the SIRs in Black Bolt White Flare, because again, I think anything under 100 on a card like this is just a safe bet. Like, it can't get any cheaper. And the reason for that is you don't have more supply of sealed product. You have a very low supply. So you don't have any levers that you could pull that would really adjust the prices even further down. Like, the only way right now is probably prices moving up, because $70 for an SIR, but you have a random IR going for $55, $56 overall market value. Something's off. definitely an interesting thing, and I need to do a little bit more research here and see kind of what's happening with the market. But this is kind of what I'm noticing. Another really good example here, shifting actually to white flare, is again really cool IR Lipard, $50. Past year up 211%. I've actually made multiple videos on this card telling you guys, hey, buy this one. It's a $20 card. It is going to be a $50 card. If you guys follow my videos and actually take the advice, you are making money. You know, this, like, these videos are for entertainment purposes only, of course, but you know, there's significant opportunity in the market that you guys could capitalize on. And this one still remains a really strong buy. You know, these are the types of cards that over time is going to be a $100 raw card. And right now at 48, I wouldn't say this is my top pick, but I did want to provide a contrast because past 6 months still up 100%. Past year it's up 211%. It's a beautiful, beautiful artwork. You know, this one, $50 though, you add an extra $20 and you get the SIR, or even at the same price level, if not cheaper, you could get a Black Bolt SIR Genesect. Now, again, artwork on the live part's probably cooler than the Genesect, but the rarity, you cannot overlook the rarity. I mean, the supply of sellers, there's only 91 listings, less than 100 listings on an SIR. It's not that much. It is not that much. We look at the live part here, there's 50 listings, half the amount of listings, which is the exact reason that the prices are going up. We have the Purloin from White Flare. This one, another really, really cool one. Hand in hand, go nicely together. $50 here on this guy, $20 on the Purloin. Past year, up 125%. Still very, very meaningful movement. So I feel like the SIRs are undervalued. The illustration rares are being valued properly. You know, if even the SIRs could be growing at half this rate, like 60% instead of the 20% that you've seen across the board. The last one here I have is White Flare Keldeo. This one up 30%. So overall, what I'm finding is 20 to 30% year over year on the SIRs, but then you are finding random illustration rares, pretty much all of them in the triple digits, 100+%. Absolutely insane level of growth here. I think that there is a huge market opportunity to be buying the illustration rares and buying even more special illustration rares. I think overall, you can't go wrong just investing Black Bolt White Flare. Like, if you want to take away from this video without even finding specifics, right now I'm just kind of doing in real-time market research, exploring these cards with you guys, but I think this era is being overlooked. It's not something we are going to get for quite a long time, so I do recommend making some meaningful positions. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys personally investing in a White Flare, Black Bolt? I obviously, before putting serious amounts of money in, I need to see exactly what type of allocation split I'm going to do. But the way I see it right now is I want to do at least like 60 to 70% in SIRs and maybe like 20-30% in IRs, just to kind of capitalize on the bull run that the illustration rares are currently experiencing, but then also have meaningful positions for the special illustration rares. As always, guys, if you guys want to purchase any of these cards, I highly recommend buying them on eBay. Second link in my description below. You don't have to buy any cards from me, but just by clicking on my link, it's going to redirect you to my store, and then you guys could just go here on the eBay browser, buy whatever you want. Upon completing a purchase on the eBay, by clicking that affiliate link, you guys are supporting the channel here, so I do appreciate it very much. We have a lot of awesome cards if you do want to directly support. We also have a website. On our website, we got a ton of awesome cards. We have 3-pack blisters right now for under $20. Some of the lowest prices you're going to find on the market. Make sure to check it out. But yeah, that's all I have for this video, guys. Let me know what some of your favorite picks are. I personally really do love the Superior. This is an incredible SIR, one that I really do enjoy. This is another one, a little bit more expensive, but then again, it is an iconic black and white Pokemon. Illustration rares like Lipard, I've made a ton of videos on those. You know, Crocodile, this one as well. Almost pretty much any IR at this point is almost up 100%. So triple digit growth on these. Very impressive. But yeah, that's all I have, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to catch you here on the next one.